Hey guys and dolls, today I'm going to be doing a review and a swatch fest and a little bit of a dupe list with the Makeup Geek blushes that have just come out. Very excited about these guys. Now before we get started, I do have a little bit of an announcement. I want to announce the winner from my anti-haul giveaway of the Lit Cosmetics glitter kit. So the winner is Jessica Rodriguez, and if I can remember her comment off the top of my head, I think it was something like, I love glitter because it's unicorn farts, LOL, and it's pretty, or something like that. I'll try to insert the comment somewhere here on the screen for your viewing pleasure. So thank you so much for everyone who entered, and congratulations to Jessica. I will be messaging you through YouTube's system to get your info and send you your prize. So now that we have that out of the way, let's go ahead and review these blushes. So here we have some of the blushes here in a Z palette. They come in the Pro Pan version, and well, let's kind of break it down. So the blushes either come in a compact like this, which is a little different from Makeup Geek's other packaging that they had. I don't know if they're going to be doing their eyeshadows in this packaging now, but I really love it. It's a beautiful, like, almost like a rosy gunmetal. Gorgeous, gorgeous. It says Makeup Geek on the front. Maybe you can't see that so well because this one's light. Let's pull out another one. The blushes come in a box like this. So the eyeshadows that come in the compact are $12.99, and the ones that come in the Pro Pan like this don't have any external packaging. They do have, you know, the little slip that they come in. They do, you know, they're wrapped in something, so I'm just like loose and thrown in like, here you go. But they don't have any, you know, superfluous packaging on the outside or anything. So these ones, ooh, and I'm dropping it in my boob. Basically $10, $13 for these ones here. So what I did the other day is I sat down with all of the blushes and I went through my entire blush collection and looked for dupes. And there are a lot of dupes in here, or things that I would say substitutes, because substitute I think is a little bit better of a word, because sometimes it's like things are, they're not identical, but oh my gosh, on the skin you really can't tell, or even sometimes it's like a better than substitute. So I have dupes for almost every color. There are a couple of colors that I didn't have an exact dupe for, but maybe I'll be able to like say, hey, it's kind of like this other one that I've seen, or, you know, have a really extensive idea of what MAC blushes look like because I used to work there. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So the first blush that I want to talk about is SpellBound. So I have a little notes here. SpellBound is a very natural kind of color. It's definitely like a pinky peach type of blush, but it's not one that's so peach that it would go orange on you. I even call it a warm pink because it's not too orangey, so it's not very peachy. If you are a big fan of Cargo's Tonga, this is a good replacement. Even though they don't look the same in the pan, they end up looking about the same on the skin. So this is a really good dupe. The next color is Honeymoon, and this one has a lot of glitter in it, which is kind of off-putting. I don't really like to wear glitter on my cheeks. In that respect, it kind of reminds me of like some old school like MAC mineralized skin finishes that had a lot of chunky glitter in them. I can't think of a straight up dupe. Glitter is just a little too much for me to wear every day. It might be fine for like going out on a Saturday night. In fact, I did actually wear this out last weekend. So it's not unusable, it's just not one that I would go for every day, and it wouldn't be like one of the ones like top 5 that I would recommend. The next color is Hanky Panky, which is a beautiful bubblegum pink. It's very bright. It's very like la 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 bright pink. It's not quite as bright as like MAC Dolly Mix. That's a little bit brighter than this one, but it's a good alternative because I kind of find Dolly Mix to be a little heavy, if I'm being honest. This one would be great on darker skin tones to give you that beautiful bright pop of pink. One color that I think is somewhat similar is MAC's Pinch O Peach. This one is a beautiful shade and I love it. I use it all the time, but I end up layering it a lot to get color payoff, and then it's like, oh my gosh, I've used so much of this blush. Whereas that's the kind of color that I get when I use Hanky Panky lightly. The next color I want to talk about is Rendezvous, which is a beautiful deep plum pink. It's almost a little bit purple. I had a moment where I was like really obsessed with plum blushes for a while, so when I saw this I was like, ooh. This one is a little intense if I don't use a very light hand. For myself personally, I'm obviously very fair. If you have a deeper complexion, this is going to be so beautiful on you. Oh my gosh. Keep in mind that it is a little bit on that purplier side. In fact, the dupe for this one is one of the MAC blush ombres. Do you see this? This is very close to the lighter side of this blush ombre. This one is called Vintage Grape from MAC. It's, you know, they've re-promoted it a few times. To be honest, I don't actually like this one very much because on the skin it ends up going kind of like a mucky purple, whereas this one goes more like a beautiful plum purple. Gorgeous, love it, make it happen. This color is Secret Admirer, and this is a very pale lilac color. This is a very it color right now. I would say, I don't know if this would work on darker skin tones. I think it might end up looking kind of like washed out on the skin. For a very pale girl, this might be great for you. I don't know how I feel about this one as a blush. What I think would be good for this one would be to have it as a layering color. You could use this as something to kind of cool down a too warm blush. You could use this for photo shoots. Obviously this would be a fun color to have. I don't know of any dupes. Alright, so this next color is Head Over Heels, and I'm actually wearing this one today. I've layered 3 different blushes and I'll talk about them as I get to them. This is such a beautiful, like, silvery pink. It has a little bit of shimmer in it. I could say that maybe very deeper skins might find this a little ashier, kind of washed out on the skin, but it might be a good highlighter for medium to dark. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't had a chance to test it on anyone yet. This is just really pretty, and it's again another really great layering blush. This would be great to cool down a too warm or to make something shimmery when it's matte. The closest dupe that I have is MAC's Giggly, which you guys might remember this from the Quite Cute collection. Has like the cute little heart bit there. Very, very similar when they're applied to the skin. First Love is a color that I'm not really experiencing first love with. It's kind of chalky, if I'm being honest. It's too pale in my opinion. I'm very, very pale, and even on me it looks very washed out. So I can't imagine who this is actually going to look flattering on. This one's a miss for me, unfortunately. Out of all of these, this is the one where I'm kind of like, and maybe Honeymoon too, just because of that chunky glitter. Love Affair is a gorgeous, punchy, deep rose color. It's so beautiful. It'd be absolutely amazing on a deeper skin tone. Now, if you have lighter skin, you might want to either use a little bit of powder before you pick up the blush, like I showed you guys in my Circus video last fall, how to sort of lighten up a blush. You could also just use a very light hand when applying it, because it can be a little intense on a fairer skin tone. Now, in terms of dupes, it's pinker compared to Frisky from Tarte. I was going to say Too Faced, and then I was going to say Fart, because I didn't fart face Too Faced. But anyway, it's more pink compared to Bite of an Apple, but on the skin they actually look pretty similar, I would say. And this one was from the Disney Villains collection that they did a couple of years ago. Infatuation is a beautiful, like, blush slash bronzer hybrid. It's a really, really beautiful warm color. I'm actually wearing it today. I put it over what I did for contour. I'm getting a text message. I first thought, I was like, oh my god, it's going to be just like my favorite bronzer from MAC, which is Solar Riche, which is the limited edition one. Why do you do this to me, MAC? Anyway, upon swatching them next to each other, I discovered that Solar Riche is actually much more yellow compared to Infatuation. So this might be my new favorite bronzer, because it's a beautiful shade for a, like, warm toned, you know, fair skin girl. I could see this working as a bronzer if you built it up on a lot of different skin tones through, like, maybe medium deep. It's going to basically just be similar to your skin tone. Summer Fling is a wearable coral orange. So this color isn't madly intense. It's not like putting, like, orange eyeshadow on or something like that, which is sometimes what I use for blush. In my kit, I don't actually have an orange blush. I just use orange eyeshadow, and I'll kind of lighten it up with powder or something like that. It's kind of similar to MAC's Devilish. It's a little less red than that. I do like that it is on the sheerer side, because it makes it so I can build it up, because orange is a blush color that can be beautiful, but you have to do it right, otherwise it can be a little intense. Romance is an amazing shimmery peachy pink color. It has sort of like a gold shimmer, which really makes it look a little warmer in the pan than it ends up going on the skin. Now, for this line, a lot of people are going to say it's a NARS Orgasm dupe, and it is close. Orgasm is a little bit more pink, and the other color that Romance is very close to is Rome from Cargo. Now, this one is a little bit more orange. In person, it actually looks less orange compared to this one, but overall, you know, it's kind of like the baby of these two. You know, it's kind of like, it's a little less pink compared to Orgasm, and it's a little less orange compared to Rome. Smitten is an absolutely gorgeous cantaloupe type color, and what I love about it is that it's a little bit on the sheer side. So again, it's a good layering blush if you want to warm up a blush that's a little too cool. This is great to throw on. It's great to liven up the face. You can even use this a little bit all over if it's with a very, very light hand to warm up the skin. This one is great because it's that cantaloupe color and it's matte, but it's not super pigmented. So great, great, great layering blush. And the final blush is Bliss, which is almost like Smitten's sister, and I'm going to hold them up next to each other. So this is Smitten and this is Bliss. You can see that Bliss is a little bit more peach toned, it's a little bit more pink. Bliss for me is very similar to MAC's Melba blush, but it's maybe a little bit less intense compared to Melba. This one I love. I'm wearing this one again today. So what I'm wearing today, now for the roundup, is Head Over Heels, Bliss, and Infatuation. So I've layered these ones together to come up with this custom shade. Of course, I blended this a little bit lower, I blended this one a little bit higher on the cheek, and then blended this one in between the two to marry them together. Bliss is amazing. This is probably my favorite from the bunch just because I don't have anything quite like this, and it's so beautiful. It's, you know, compared to Melba, it's not as matte. It's not, the texture's beautiful with this blush. Oh my god, I love it so much. And this again would be another one that's great for layering. This one might even be better than Smitten. It'd be good because it's great on its own, but it's also good for layering. I love Bliss. Bliss, oh yes, baby. So while I'm comparing these to other blushes, I wanted to show you that they are similar in size to a MAC blush pan. The MAC blush pan actually holds more though. These blushes are 4.25 grams. A MAC blush is 6 grams. So you do get more with a MAC blush. A MAC blush is a little bit more expensive. I want to say it's about $5 to $7 more for the MAC blush. I can't remember off the top of my head. That is my review and Swatch Fest and Dupe Fest and Awesomeness Fest for the Makeup Geek blushes. I love them so much. Definitely check them out. I think that in terms of price and quality and everything, they're right on the money. They're not too expensive, but they still have that wonderful quality that I love and crave and need and demand. So I guess that's basically it for this blush video. I'm almost sad to like let it go and put all my blushes away. You guys, I'm gonna Instagram a picture actually of like all these blushes all over my desk because it's insane. Oh my goodness, I just looked in the mirror and my mascara is smooched. That's not cute. Alright, so I'm gonna finish cleaning up my face. You enjoy your day, and I will see you guys. Oh wow, this is really bad. I'm gonna have to get some makeup remover. Anyway, enjoy your day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Remember to just be yourself. See you, bye.